Okay, we're into another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today we have a really cool update for you. It should be a pretty quick one, but you know I'm one to ramble on. This is from the brand Haveston. They're UK based out of London and they were established back in 2015. They're a high-end NATO strap company and they design with both functionality and ergonomics in mind. Now, this is one of their two-piece straps. It's actually been featured here before. This is their AAF strap, which actually features a tapered woven nylon exterior with an engraved rivet, quick detach spring bars, and a soft underliner, which features both Army and Air Force design elements, hence the AAF. And I've actually featured these straps before with the triple set, which is going to be all the colors, the green, the brown, and the gray. So what's new is the black strap offering, which you see on my little 38mm Hamilton chronograph. So I have been really dying for this colorway to come out, and I know it's not quite as exciting, but for me, I find it still quite versatile, and I did want to kind of showcase it again on pretty versatile watches, right? Both of these are within kind of the pilot / field watch range. Honestly, when that particular Seiko pilot's watch came out, it was actually around the same time that the Tudor Ranger was first re-released at 41mm and very comparable in size, but with just a slightly more pilot style aesthetic in terms of looking like one of those gauge clusters. Also, that Hamilton chronograph, of course, definitely more in the field style, but I think with this strap, it really plays to those military underlinings and really comes off as more aviation oriented. So it just goes to show that you can take these kind of in-between genre picks and kind of update them and kind of move around their aesthetic by just swapping straps. And I think these are great examples, so I did want to feature them once again. So with all that said, let's go ahead, zoom the camera out, get these pieces in hand, and take a closer look. All right, guys, so essentially you do have, of course, your green color, which is their OD green, for olive drab. And I do enjoy this colorway a lot. It definitely has a lot of play, of course, for me, at least more in kind of the field watch orientation. But it's a lovely tone and I think very, very versatile. And then, of course, you also do have the sea gray, which is very nice and definitely great pairing with blue tones, gray tones, and really just makes those little types of colors pop. I mean, this on top of something with an orange accent, for some reason, this tone, almost kind of seafoam-like, does really bring the watch dials to life in a nice way. Then we get, of course, to the earth tone strap seen here on this model. This is actually a pre-Presage model. Eventually was converted over to Presage, long since discontinued, so don't worry about that. They're pretty much impossible to find. Sapphire crystal, forearm movement, very nice. It's about 41 millimeters in terms of its diameter, so really at the scale of a pilot's watch, but still has some field watch aesthetics. And I think this strap really ties it in nicely into that aviation theme while still being quite versatile and not looking like some costume accessory, right? So I think that's really nice. That rivet there with the satinized finish goes in nicely with, of course, the satin brushing on the case. And the new kid in town, of course, on an old watch that I featured on the channel many moons ago, purchased very early in my collection history, is 38mm Hamilton khaki field chronograph. And I really love this piece, and I've been looking for something in terms of a strap that can kind of switch gears from being more of an everyday piece to something that just has a little bit more genre presence within that military aesthetic. And I think this strap, especially with the black, and something like this would go great with a moon watch or anything within that vein, a hand heart, where you have that beautiful chronograph look, and it's something that can be worn as an everyday watch, but then you can also get some niceties in terms of, you know, feeling thematically tied to something. So whether you collect a lot of pilots watches, field watches, even I think this would even look at home on travel and dive style watches as well. You can see that this has really great construction. Again, I've done the full review of these. So you see the soft underliner there. You see the reinforced holes, the great stitching. I mean, this thing is really nice. You even get that old school roller style buckle that's been matte blasted. So if you have a matte blasted watch, it'll also tie in pretty nicely. So you do get multiple options because you have a satin brushed rivet and then the matte blasted buckle there. So these are really great. And since this is not a watch review and is more of course, a strap review, it's nice to show you guys, you know, how it goes on very easily. As you can see, I can go ahead and pull this out. Check that out. It just adds again to the theme. And yes, this watch can really disappear on, you know, let's say a brown leather strap and feel just like an everyday chronograph because of how clean that design aesthetic is. But if we just take a look here and we just add some of these little details, it really ties in and plays with, oh, you know what? There's a little bit of dust there. Go ahead and knock that off. Boom. Check that out. So with that little touch, you just now tie into something and it just gives you more of that military theme without being really over the top. Again, I think those rivets are nicely placed, nicely done. I like the stepped taper that you get here, 20 millimeters. You know, you're getting, of course, quick release spring bars, which are great and really make it easily swappable. But I just really dig this look, guys, and I did want to share. I don't know if it's worthy of a full video, but I did want to get it on video just because at this point, some of you who might be shopping for these, you know, hey, you might be looking for what the black variation looks like because it's not kind of part of that original triple set here. And I think this set is amazing and it's very versatile. Again, like let's say you take this watch, right, and it is very neutral. It's very monochromatic, black and white, but it does have some warm tones to it, which I think do tie in really nicely to this earth tone. But it can also be changed up very easily by just taking those quick release spring bars out, right? And then let's say updating it now, we can tie in a little bit more to kind of the adventurer field watch aesthetic that this also kind of does double duty with the green. And of course, now I'm gonna have to wipe off the watch crystal because I got it all, fingerprinty. So let me do that quickly off camera here, guys, and then pull it back into frame. Check it out. So now this definitely gives you, with the green vibe, it does definitely feel more kind of field watch oriented, more settled to the ground, whereas the earth tone, although it can be field watch oriented, I think definitely feels more kind of modern pilot. So that is really great. And then, again, it's one watch that now can have two different personalities. And then we can also say, hey, let's play a little bit with this fun strap as well and get another personality to kind of come out and see how. I haven't actually paired these. Of course, I didn't line that up. The easiest thing to do is quick release spring bars, and here I am trying to do it on camera, and of course I'm failing you all, but I won't cut away just because, hey, this is off the cuff, guys, on the wrist from off the cuff, how we do it. And of course now I'm gonna have to wipe off the watch again. Sorry about that for those of you that are in a rush. But now there's something really cool about this pairing. Like, this to me feels like very now kind of nautical because of that color palette. It just makes me think of, you know, the ocean, the sea, kind of naval issue. So I think that's really, really cool. And honestly, this is a modern color tone that would actually match with a lot of the digital camouflage that the you know, our current armed forces here in the US wear. So if you are active duty, this would be a nice one to probably wear with your utilities, just because I guess depending on the service, right? Like Marine Corps would be real nice with this. I think this is really close to that coyote color that we tend to wear kind of year round, whether it be on our boots or, you know, depending on some, you know, our desert or woodland camo. And then this, of course, a little bit more versatile, a little more traditional woodland green color. And then this is the more modern gray color here, known as that sea gray. I think can have a lot of crossover, you know, also, of course, within Air Force uniforms as well. So yeah, I think this is a great strap. I've, you know, definitely checked the channel history if you want to see really in depth about these guys here and kind of see them play on some other watches. But I did want to just kind of refresh and revisit because of the black release. I think this black strap is fantastic, and it's kind of what I've been waiting for this Hamilton to really just make it a little bit more fun to wear, and you know, maybe get it back in my illustrious watch rotation, just because I have way too many watches. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do it like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.